Today, we are going to take a mock interview for a 3 years experience guy in UiPath. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is the next video in the mock interview series with UiPath aspirants. For the people who are looking this series for the first time, in this series I am taking mock interview for the candidates based on their resume. For this interview, today I have got Nick. Nick has experience of 3 years and he wanted to have a mock interview. Please note that these mock interviews are not for any client, any customers or any of the job opportunities. These are just mock interviews meant for educational purposes. In case you also want to appear for such a mock interview, all you have to do is just drop me your resume on the email ID which is mentioned in the description. And I make sure that your confidential details such as your name, company information and other details are left confidential. Having said that, let's get started with the mock interview. And in case you are coming to the channel for the first time and haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel to get the latest updates.
Hi, Nick. I hope you are able to hear me.
Yes.
Okay, so Nick, I have got your resume for the mock interview. The pattern of the mock interview would be simple. I'll ask you the question based on your resume. Okay, you have to answer it. At the end of the interview, I'll tell you the topics which you need to improve upon, and I'll give you some of the suggestion and the areas where you can improve for the next upcoming interviews. Okay, so
Yeah.
the first question, why don't you start by introducing yourself?
Yes. So my name is Nick, and I have an experience in RPA for 3 years, and as an RPA developer. So in 3 years, I've been completed 2 projects, and the third project which I'm working on it. So I'll be comfortable by walk through the latest which I'm working on it. It's right now, and the project name is CPL.
Okay.
So it's based upon the mortgage and like how much offer we have to give, we have to receive from the bank and what offer we can give to the customer. So all the services we've been providing. So what we do is in this we have a client application. In application we have to download certain PDF, and in each and every PDF we have to extract the data. The data would be for like how much is the cost of the area, how much is the cost of the house, purchase price, selling price, and the like if it's been leased by someone else. So all that information we have to capture from PDF.
Okay.
And export it, and export it to the Excel.
Hmm.
And afterwards, after we get the file from the Excel, we have to log in on the same application and entering all the details in that application. And after entering the detail, the application generates matter number. So
Okay.
that each and every matter number we have to transfer it to our team leader or support.
Okay, I understand the complete process, Nick, that you have an application, you download the PDF, you extract some information like cost, purchase, lease, export the data to an Excel, you log in, then you enter all these details, get the matter number, and then give this matter number to the support team or to the some different team, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay, fine. So now when you say about this thing, is this project live? Is it in testing? What is the status of the project?
It is live.
It is live. Okay. And what is it, an attended robot or is it an unattended robot?
It is unattended robot because human intervention is needed in it. So at from which date to which date we have to select the file like as per the client.
Okay.
So we have the details like more than 10 or 15 years records. So so just pick up the dates and the information has been pulled.
So it's an attended or unattended? I just didn't get that.
Yeah, it's unattended.
Unattended. And it is requiring
Yeah.
human intervention? Or it does not require the human intervention?
No, I'm sorry, attendant. Unattended is, it's attendant.
Sure.
Sure, attendant.
Okay, it's an attended robot. Okay. Now, how many people are using this robot in the production?
Yeah. So first, we have the group of two or three people.
Mhm.
Like in the three people, we have the access for that.
Hmm.
And another one is like after we generate the matter number,
Hmm.
uh, they have like in total to 3 to 4 people
Hmm.
has the access for this.
Okay, so 3 to 4 people are you, and how much time does it take to complete one run? If somebody
Yeah.
executes it, how much time does it take?
Yeah. So what we do is like in every 2 to 3 hours,
Hmm.
first the file has been collected in the application,
Mm-hmm.
and in every 2 to 3 hours we have to collect. So like in an average,
Hmm.
we collect 50 to 60 files,
Mm-hmm.
PDF files,
Okay.
and collect that data into Excel. And
Hmm.
after that, we do one. And after that, the Excel to generating the matter number,
Hmm.
we do in one go.
Okay, so you do it in one go. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Now, when you say about this application, right? What is this application? Is it a web application, desktop application? What kind of application?
Desktop application.
It's a desktop application, right? And does it
Yeah.
require any kind of login?
Yes, yes.
What login does it take?
Like login ID and password.
Okay,
So
and
for the yeah,
yeah, where do you get this login ID and the password?
yeah. So for that, we store into the assets, orchestrator assets, in the
Mm-hmm.
credential. So in that ID and password has been entered.
Okay, I
So
have a question here now.
yeah,
You
yeah,
say that you have stored this credential in an asset. Okay,
yeah.
now this is an attended robot where three people are working, right? So all three of them would have three different passwords, right?
Uh, no, only one application password. I said the
Okay,
we have to log in into the applications client
okay,
application. So
okay.
that application has only one password.
Oh, so the application password is stored in the orchestrator asset, right? Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
fine. So that is done. And when you say that, when you run, you log in, you go to the and you download the PDF, right? Now,
Hmm.
different user would have a different location to download the PDF,
Yes.
right? So for
So
example, if yeah, how does that happen?
yeah, so like if I do the file, we store all this information in file manager. Like every in file manager, we have every secure types of the location. Like
Hmm,
in local C, we have certain
hmm,
uh, like files we have to go through it.
mm-hmm,
So in that, I keep the file, and we have each and every names file. Like if next has been downloaded this PDF,
hmm.
and someone else has downloaded this PDF. So by their names, we have the storage, like in the file manager.
Okay, okay. So that means that you have some local files and you have name and everything. So every user have the same set of location, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Now, are this PDF structured or they are unstructured?
structured.
And which activity are you using to read this data? Read the data from the PDF?
Yeah. So first we use the read PDF activity for that.
Uh-huh.
So sorry, not read. First we use the assign activity for that. So
Uh-huh.
for what we do, why we do is to locate the storage, like to give an variable to the file manager. Like file manager storage has been
Hmm.
captured in the variable,
Okay.
and that variable is used to open the file manager. And
Hmm.
after the file has been opened, we
Hmm.
use the read PDF and get text, find element. So all these activities has been used to collect these certain amount of data from the
And
PDF.
what is the output you get from this thing? From the
Output is
read
string.
string,
String.
right? So you get
Yeah.
in a string. Now,
Yeah.
the next thing what you have to do is you have to export this data to an Excel. Okay.
Yes.
Now, which activity in UiPath are you using to write the data to Excel?
Hello?
Yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah. So can you repeat once again?
So which activity in UiPath are you using to write the data to an Excel?
Yes, right range. And first we have to build the data table also for that.
Mm-hmm,
So we build the data table for each and every like 3 and 4 hours we have the certain amount. So each
mm-hmm,
and every time build the data for that.
mm-hmm.
And after the building the data, we also like UiPath has an capability to make its own Excel file in it. So
Mm-hmm.
we name the file, and the file has been generated in File Manager.
Okay, so you use the build data table to build the data. Okay. Now, next you
Yes.
have to again get this matter number and provide it to the support team, right? Now, when you say you are providing it to
Yes.
the support team, how are you providing it to the support team?
Yes, via email like EOD report.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, so we share this to our managers or like team leaders by
Hmm.
email.
Okay, you are sharing it with the help of email. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
one thing which I see in this process is that everybody is using the same login, right? Nick,
Yes.
Mukesh, Ramesh, Suresh, everybody is using the same login, right? Let's say someday what happens that Mukesh go to the application and do something which I'm not expected to do. I do something wrong. Okay. Nick is also
Yeah.
using the same credential. Everybody is using. How would you track that which user has done what in the application?
Yeah, so we like in the application we the it has been stored like what when we logged in we have the time also when we logged in
Hmm.
and what we do in the application, like if
Yeah,
we
that
download
is okay.
something
That is okay. But how would you know who has logged in? Because the credentials are same, right? It is using the same credential for everybody. So let's say you get the details, right? Okay, that the login was done with the help of admin. But how do you know who is the admin? Because everybody is using the same password. You understood the question?
yes, so like if someone do something wrong, so
Hmm.
how would we know, like yeah.
Right. Who did what, right? Because everybody is having the same password from your orchestrator.
Okay, okay.
Then how does this happen?
So actually this not happened in it. So if it happens, so like if
Hmm.
what we do, like managers, like we
Hmm.
put the high priorities to change the password for that,
But
like
again,
whatever
so
the
how
happens
would
with
how would you know who has done it?
actually this all been seen by the management, like for if we have any uh
Hmm.
like unauthorized like something
Hmm.
we like whatever we do and we like doesn't seems to be like we have to do. So if this activities has been done, so like everything is managed by the high, like up higher level one.
Okay. So that means that the
Yeah.
bot is not catered to handle this scenario.
uh
I have one more question here. Uh, what happens if, let's say, someday you try to go and there are no PDF in the application to download?
yeah, so for that what we do, like we use the
Hmm.
retro activity for that.
Hmm.
Like we can generate our own exceptions,
Okay.
business rule exception, like we
Hmm.
have no files.
Hmm.
So that pop-up uh, pop-up like in the pop-up we mentioned like there is no PDF file,
Okay.
so we do okay.
Okay. So you show that pop-up directly to the in the attended application. So now when you were executing this process, what are the kind of exceptions you have handled? Or what are the kind of exception scenarios you have handled? Any top three, tell me any top three exception scenarios which you have handled.
Yes, so the firstly was like when we export something in Excel, and
Hmm.
what happened sometime Excel captured some wrong data, like wrong not wrong data, like any one word is extra, like if any something
Hmm.
uh, in the application sometimes we have an like if we use only numeric, and
Hmm.
sometimes if besides of numeric we received alphabetical.
Okay.
So for that we have the business rule exception for the same,
Mm-hmm.
and after the like the rethrow value has activity has been used. So
Mm-hmm.
after that we surrounded it to the try catch area.
Mm-hmm.
So what try catch area do is whatever the
No, you
business
just tell me the
exception would be
scenario.
there.
Tell me the scenario. That's okay. Code, that is okay. I'm just asking the scenarios. What have you handled? The problems, right? Code is okay. I understand that it's done with the help of try catch, but what are the scenarios that you have handled?
Okay,
Such
scenarios would
as,
be
let me give you an example. One scenario could be
yeah, yeah.
incorrect credential, right? What happen if the asset password is wrong, right? That could be
Okay,
one scenario, right? The other
yeah,
scenario
yeah.
could be that there are no files in the folder, or there are no files in the application itself, right? So what other scenarios have you handled in this automation apart
Yes.
from this?
So yeah, so like the we receive one unstructured this
Hmm,
PDF in
hmm,
this, and we have automated like in a structured way.
okay.
So that only so that only file, what I did was like that uh, captured the unstructured data and copied it to the notepad,
Hmm,
and like after like for slight change we
hmm,
for that one single file we like I what I did we given the path through the notepad. That notepad has been saved to the and like only adding the assign activity and
hmm,
read open application.
hmm.
So yeah, this two with the help of this two application, that one unstructured PDF file was be like that written. So that is the one scenario.
Okay,
And
fine. So I have a next question for you. I'm just going through your resume. You say that you have experience in multiple bot monitoring. What is the multiple bot monitoring?
yeah, multiple like in the previous project what we do is like we have to collect the data and schedule it for this schedule it for the same. So like
Hmm,
every day we have to schedule it for in the orchestrator. So
hmm.
what schedule do is that they collect the data from the excel and
No, no, that is
write
okay.
it to
Schedule does,
yeah.
what is this thing? Multi-bot monitoring. What is this? What does this mean? Having experience in multi-bot monitoring.
I'm not sure about that, sir.
No worries. Okay. Now, I am again going through a resume. You say that you have experience in database automation, right? Which package, sorry, which package, or I would say which dependency we need to add to UiPath to do the database automation?
Yeah, for database automation.
Hmm, okay, no problem. And let's say you forgot the dependency. Have you worked on databases with UiPath?
Actually, databases, I'm not sure about that, but uh,
No, you have mentioned in the resume, right? Having experience in database and its query in UiPath.
yeah, no, actually, the database like we only handle as in like only
Uh-huh.
the file manager part we use for that,
Okay,
or
so
like
you have
storing.
only know the databases part, but not with the UiPath. Okay, so that is the thing. Can you tell me the difference between a DDL and a DML?
Mm, like in DDL, the
Hmm.
we can like to create or something and to rename for the command. Like I
Sorry.
have not the very depth
Okay.
knowledge in it, like only the
Okay.
basic
So
one. So like
okay. So you don't have any experience in database and queries, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Fine. Okay. And now just some couple of questions on the RE framework. Okay. How many states I have in RE framework?
Yeah, in we have four state. First
Hmm.
is the init one,
Hmm.
and second one is the uh, process no,
Hmm.
get transaction,
Hmm.
and third one is the we do the initiate in it. So
Hmm.
I'm not remembering the name. And the last one is the end state.
Okay, fine. In which state of RE framework we generate the business exceptions?
Yes.
Are you aware of that?
Yes, I'm aware of it.
What is that? Your CV says you are having a very good experience in RE framework.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I'm just not recalling that.
Okay, that's okay. No problem. Okay. I see that you have also mentioned the mainframe automations also, right? Which mainframe have you worked?
Mainframe automation.
Yeah, it's mentioned on your CV, right? And mainframe automation. Which mainframe have you worked?
Like
IBM, red mainframe, blue mainframe. What mainframe have you got hands-on experience?
not sure about that. Sir.
Okay, no problem. Okay. Okay, so let's say I have written an automation. Okay, there are 20 items which are added to the queue. Okay, which activity in UiPath I am using to read the items from the queue?
Yeah. So get transaction item.
Get transaction item. Are you
No,
sure?
for read. No, reading from the orchestrator, na?
Orchestrator queues.
Orchestrator queues. Yeah.
Hmm. Because you have a project which is about the healthcare, right? And you have mentioned that this complete automation is built with RE framework, right?
RE
And
framework. Yeah.
that is on Citrix automation, right? So which activity I'm using to read the data from the queues? Okay, fine. Tell me one more question. Which activity I am using to set the status back to the queue?
Set transaction.
Set transaction status. Okay. Now set transaction status. How would the set transaction status know that whether it is an error, whether it is business exception or system exception? How would that know in RE framework? Where exactly does the set transaction is being called? Which part of
Yes. Yeah, in transaction, like we have the this three types of options in it. So
mm-hmm,
first is the success one, and
mm-hmm,
second is business, and third one is system exception.
mm-hmm,
So if any success would be there, so it moves to
hmm,
the get transaction column in RE
okay,
framework
okay,
and set the next transaction. And in the business one, like set status has failed and move like something has been failed by the business one,
hmm,
so that move to the get transaction state and
hmm.
uh, get to the next transaction. And if we received any
No, no,
this
that's okay.
system
That's okay.
exception.
That's okay. That's okay.
uh,
Okay. Mention that you have trained your team in the Citrix automation. Okay. What kind
yeah,
of training
yeah.
have you given to the team?
Like I'm been trained. I didn't train. I
Acha,
trained in
trained the
Citrix.
team. No, you said they
Yeah.
trained the
No,
team.
no. I was trainee, and like someone trained me in that. I've been trained in the Citrix automation.
No, if you see your CV, it says trained the team to be ready for Citrix automation. Okay. So, okay. So you have built this automation in Citrix, the complete automation.
Yeah, the HCA
Yeah.
one was done in that.
Okay. Now, one question
Yeah,
here.
so
Why are you using image automation here?
image automation. Yeah, so image automation is used in this. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, in the desktop one, like if for the recording one, is the this we have the one name of which we computer vision. Computer vision is used in Citrix automation for that. For like if we have to log in part
Your CV
and
does not
whatever.
says computer vision. Okay. Now, what? what are the things I require to set up computer vision? What are the basic things which I require to set up computer vision?
Yeah, we
Hmm.
have to set up the API key
Uh-huh.
in it,
Okay.
and yeah, API key, and we have to enter it to the this config file. Not config file. We have one file. In that file, if the three columns is there. In that three columns,
Mm-hmm.
Notepad has been opened, and in the Notepad, Microsoft Azure, we have an option in it. So
Uh-huh.
we have to paste it above that.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, fine. So this is my last question. Again, I just go through your resume. You say that you have involved in the code migration from dev to UAT to production. Okay. How do you take the code from dev to UAT to production?
Can you repeat once again? Code two.
How do you move the code from dev to UAT to production? So what is UAT? You have mentioned in the resume, right? I have experience in moving the code from dev to UAT to production. What is UAT?
Like UAT is the testing part for
Okay, what
testing
is the
part
full
in it.
form of UAT?
Uh, User acceptance testing.
Testing, right? So is it a testing, right? Then how do you move the code? So let's say Nick has completed the development. What would the next step Nick would do to take that code from development to UAT to production?
Okay. So like if we complete something, so we transfer it
Mhm.
like we share it to the email in the email only.
Email.
So like whatever we have,
Is it a
yeah,
good
through
practice to
email.
share the code via email?
Uh,
Okay, so how are you doing it, right? So I see that in one of your project, which is this report process, you have mentioned that you have involved in the code migration. So you are doing the code migration via an email. And in this also you have mentioned that I am using database activities to update the database.
Actually, for to the database, only I know about this file manager part. So not sure about that also.
Okay, fine. No worries. I am done with the questions next. So that is what I wanted to ask. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
Let me directly come to your feedback. Okay. So there are something which I liked about your interview was the project explanation. Okay. You have
Mhm.
mentioned me all the project very well. I was able to get the complete, gist of the project that what you are doing at Attended Automation. You have answered me almost all the projects, all the questions whichever I asked you on the project. Okay. But when I came to your resume and when I asked you anything apart from the project on your resume, you were not able to answer me any one of those, which means that you have only prepared this project and you have not gone through the resume. So you have mentioned 2 or 3 times in your resume that I am good with the database automation and you don't know what are the database activities, right? RE framework, I don't think you have sufficient amount of this knowledge in RE framework because get transaction item is the correct answer. I just simply ask you, are you sure? You changed your question. You changed your answer,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So that shows
Okay.
that you're not confident in RE framework. You're not confident on your resume. Whatever you have mentioned in your resume, you have not done any of those projects, right? So that is what I could see from this interview that have you created this resume by yourself? Is it, are these all your projects?
Yes, sir.
Then why you are not able to answer me the queries such as the database activities? How do you move the projects from test to
Yes,
NFT to,
actually
yeah.
the database and the
Mm.
this EBU process.
No,
that
so
in the project.
that DDL, DML also you didn't answer me. You say that you have good experience in the database, right? So DDL, DML, you are not able to answer me. You are not able to answer me the get transaction, the activities, and how do you move it from? Can you just mute yourself? I'm just getting my voice back.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Is it
S-
audible now?
Yeah. So Citrix based automation, uh, image automation, API, you have answered me, that is correct. But overall, I was only happy with the project, whatever you have explained me, but not happy with the other things which I have asked you. And these are all the pretty basic questions. Now, the feedback for you is you have to go back to your resume, read
Okay.
each line of your resume one by one, and
Okay. Okay.
whatever you are not sure, you just remove it or you go back and relearn it. Okay,
Sure. Sure. Sure.
fine.
Yes.
The next thing is
Yeah.
you need to go and practice project in RE framework. When I say practice project, you should implement one project end to end, right from uploading the data to the queue, reading the data, and then sending the reports. And check
Okay.
all the activities one by one. And if time permits, do one more project without the queues. Okay. So if you go to my channel, there
Okay.
are two projects end to end which are explained. One is with queue, another is without queue, right? I would say that just practice that project and look each and every activity, that will clear your RE framework. Okay. Now,
Sure. Sure.
one
Yeah.
other feedback is that whenever you are answering the question, right, you are every time telling the activities, exception handling, whatever you know. But the
Okay.
feedback here is you have to listen to the question and what the interviewer is asking. So for example, I have asked you, tell me the scenarios you have handled, and you are explaining me the code. I don't want to
Okay.
know the
Okay.
code, right? If I want to know the code, I can ask you. So the feedback here would
Mhm.
be that whatever is being asked, just try to stick to that part and don't uh, take everything to the code, right? So I similarly ask you about this business exception thing. You explained me the entire
Okay.
try, catch, throw, rethrow. I didn't ask that, right? So you know that is
Correct.
good,
Correct.
but you should not deviate from the actual question. Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. Now one
Yes.
question from my side is, what do you think? If it is a real interview, would you have been selected or not?
No, sir.
And why do you think so?
Because of the resume part and
Hmm. The basics, right? Maybe
basic.
somebody could take you for the project explanation, but it's a 50-50 chance, right?
Okay.
Now, what do you think you want to improve upon?
Yes. So firstly was the like RE framework which you said,
Hmm.
and I was aware about the RE framework, but now I was not recalling,
Hmm.
but not 100% aware of it.
Hmm.
Like I have been implemented and practiced in RE framework and tried to do some projects on it.
Hmm.
And another thing would be is to like uh, editing the resume first of all
Right?
about the
Okay.
database and all.
Hmm. And then if you go to, if you want to learn RE framework, right? So apart from the project, I am done with this. We have the complete RE framework, exceptional handling, English, Hindi playlist. All the playlists are
Yes.
available in the channel. You can refer that as well. Okay. Now, do you have
Yes,
any
I
questions
do.
for me?
No, no, sir.
Okay. How was your feedback? Was it helpful?
Yeah, yeah, much more helpful. Very
Okay.
much.
So
Thank you.
next time when you go for live interview, just take care of all these bits. Okay.
Sure, 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 sure.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good
Thank you.
day. Bye.
Same to you. Bye.
Okay, so that is pretty much for this mock interview. I hope you found this video insightful. If you have any more questions, any more doubts, you can write me a note in the comment or you can simply drop me an email, right? Again, if you want to have a similar conversation with me, all you have to do is just drop me your resume on my email ID. The email ID is available in the description. So with that, I would like to wrap this video here. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please do subscribe to the channel and happy automation.